the most fun part, and I think the most important part of my job, is getting to visit elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, and talking about kindness and kindness as a skill. When I ask the kids, you know, what happens if you practice a skill? They all scream back, you get better at it. And that's exactly what we believe. Ben's Bells is all about practicing kindness, but acknowledging that it's hard to be kind sometimes, and that there are things about us that make us, you know, self-protective and defensive sometimes, and that when we learn that about ourselves, we can learn skills that help us to respond differently. And that's what this is all about. So it's a very no-shame angle about practicing kindness, and the kids and the staff and the faculty and the administration all get behind it, and it's a very exciting thing. I think we have a remarkable opportunity in our community to work together to make real culture change, and it's exciting to see it happening. Thank you so much for having me back. I was here just 1 year ago. How many of you were here last year when I was here? Okay, so most of you for sure. Let me tell you about Ben's Bells. This is Ben, and he is my son, and he died when he was almost 3. And my family was so sad, which is exactly how we were supposed to feel, right? Sad. That's how you feel when somebody you love dies, or when an animal you love dies, or something sad happens. But luckily for me and my family, we were surrounded by amazing people who came in and offered us kindness after kindness after kindness. They realized that not only did I need those people who knew me to be kind to me, but I needed everybody to be kind to me, including complete strangers, and kindness all the time. And during that time when I needed it so badly, people did kind things for me. Now, they didn't even know what I was going through, but strangers opened doors for me and smiled at me and said good morning, or let me to traffic, or maybe I dropped something, my keys or something, and they would hand them back to me. And those kind acts seemed like no big deal, right? But they were a huge deal to me. They were enormously important, and they helped hold me up during that really hard day by just volunteers like you and me. So by the time one is finished, at least 10 different people have worked on it. And then what we do with them is we hang them all over for people just to find. So we hang them in parks or along the streets or in the grocery store parking lot. And if you find one, it says, you have found a Ben's Bell, take it home and remember to spread kindness. And I know actually kindness is a skill. And what happens when you practice a skill? I'm going to ask you again, and you guys can all answer together. What happens when you practice a skill? You get better. You get better at it, right? What kind of school do you want this to be? If you have kindness skills, then you always can choose kindness. Always. It's not always easy to be kind. It's not always easy to be kind. If it was always easy, then I wouldn't even need to be here. I wouldn't, right? Because we would all be kind all the time. But I know it's hard because it's hard for me sometimes too. It's hard for your parents sometimes. It's hard for your teachers. It's hard for all of us. So that part of our brain is just reacts without thinking. It doesn't think, it reacts. Okay. Now, if somebody rolls their wheelie backpack over my foot, my very first reaction might be this, right? I might feel like, what just happened? Okay, that's from my reptile brain to this very big part of my brain up here. Can you guys put your hand on your forehead? Now, this part of your brain, of course, it's under your skin and under your skull. This part of your brain, so even if your reptile brain goes, if you practice your kindness skills, you'll be able to use a different part of your brain. Now, that is super exciting. Empathy means that you see somebody in a situation and you can understand how they might feel in that situation. Okay, so there are all kinds of different ways that we can practice. One of the things we do is we create lots of visual things around our schools and around our cities where we can just be reminded, right? Where we can just be reminded. You guys have seen this? Yes. So I've heard lots of people tell me that they've been on the road and they've been sort of stressed out and their reptile brain is like this, and then they see one of these stickers and it reminds them to take a deep breath and to use a different part of their brain now, but I can use my kindness skills to solve the problem. So creating these wonderful, and then there are lots of things we can do to practice. One of the fun things is writing kind notes, right? So kindness coins are not like a prize for being kind. Like, oh, you're kind, you win a prize. The win a prize for being kind, do you? You don't. You really, really don't. What is the real reward for kindness? What do you think? It feels good, right? The real reward for kindness is more kindness, I would say. But I'm going to try to get the courage, get the guts up to go over to him and say, I saw what you just did, the way you helped that kid, and I thought that was really cool, and I think I want to give you this kindness point. And then I give him the kindness point. Okay? So you see more kindness happening, and to have the guts to go up to somebody, say what he saw, and give away the kindness point. You guys into it? Yeah! There we go. Okay, cool. What takes courage is connecting with each other and learning to help each other out, learning to take care of each other, and practicing those skills. That takes guts. So I am so happy that you guys go to a school where you understand, and your principal and all the staff and all the teachers understand that these are very important skills for us to develop as human beings, to create a community where we all feel supported.
She's one of the more famous people in Tucson. I really, truly believe that, and for her to come to Elvira and spread her message, it's very kind, that habit that they're in. But if you become a person that wakes up every day and says, I'm going to be kind today, that's going to become a very positive habit, and you're going to make a difference. You're going to make a difference here at Elvira and anywhere you go. Offering a challenge to a class that can come up with a very special video about kindness by the end of October.